It's so great seeing everybody here today. In 2009, I came to the University of Wyoming. Up until then, I was a city boy, born in New York and raised in North Carolina. The idea of wide open spaces was having a big backyard. I had never seen a full night sky of stars. To me, a long distance drive got you across many states, and there was always a town nearby. When I was a teenager, my dad got a wild hair, which must have been his last wild hair, because now he's completely bald. It was to follow the trail of the Lewis and Clark expedition. And in the spirit of the explorers themselves, we would load the van and camp almost every night along the way. This trip brought me to Laramie, Wyoming for the first time. My first impression was that it was a small, podunk town like so many that I had seen along the way. Little did I know that this town would have such an influence on my life. I applied to UW because it was inexpensive and I wanted to get away. I started out in business, failing, but after some wise words from a friend and professor, I found a passion for agriculture. Now, I think in terms of agriculture. I touch the soil and I think about microbes. I look out on the prairie and I think about stocking rate. When I see a river, I think about water rights. Not only did my life change at UW, but my vision for what the rest of my life will be changed at UW. Reflecting back on the time I've spent here, a lot has changed. Not only with me personally, but in the world around us. For example, in 2009, we still had 2 more Harry Potter movies to look forward to. LeBron James was loved in Cleveland, and Brett Favre was still dominating with the Vikings. Survivor was young, only in its 18th season. Bin Laden was alive, and the iPad didn't exist. In 2009, the top song was Boom Boom Pow by the Black Eyed Peas, and MySpace was bigger than Twitter. Hashtag now I feel old. We went on to watch the royal wedding and even survived the ending of the Mayan calendar. In the last 5 years, we have seen the rise and fall of Justin Bieber. There has been a lot that has happened, some good and some bad. Hopefully, with all the young minds graduating today, you can rescue us from some of what we've had to endure. Family and consumer sciences. We need you to design a pair of pants that Lady Gaga will actually wear. And we need you to save us from another Pharrell Williams hat. Microbiology, we need you to identify the other 12% of Taco Bell's meat. Animal sciences, we need you to make sure that we never actually have to eat one of those laboratory-made hamburgers. Veterinary sciences, we need you to safeguard our right to watch beloved cat videos on YouTube. Agriculture communications, we need you to be great advertising specialists so that we never have to watch a bland or cheesy food commercial. Molecular biology, we need you to make sure that we never actually have a real-life Jurassic Park. Agriculture and applied economics, we need you to help us decide if this cow fart theory is just a bunch of hot air. Ecosystem science and management, we need you to do something about the drought in California. Or don't. Plant sciences, one of you needs to explain to Willie Nelson that a superweed is not what he thinks it is. But all joking aside, the graduates today have the opportunity to change the course of the future. We are in an unprecedented time for agriculture. With each day that passes, there are more people, fewer resources, and our jobs are all the more important. Whether you are producing food, healing animals, improving communications, or any of the other vast applications of agriculture, the future is calling on us. Here at UW, we have a unique balance between producer, consumer, and society. You cannot travel down a single road in this state without seeing open-range cattle. Here, we are more connected to where our food comes from than many others. Here, we are a hair removed from the noise of society, giving us time to think and focus on what is really important. This is why our education from the University of Wyoming is so valuable. Our teachers and administrators have a real understanding of what agriculture is and why it is so important. They are out there in the field, working, studying, and being connected. They pass this on to us, and it translates into an in-depth and rich education. As graduates of the University of Wyoming, we have the edge in our future endeavors. We know how humans and natural resources are inexorably linked. We are the real deal. What you have done to get you to this point is an incredible feat. You have had coffee-fueled nights and early mornings. You have faced extreme temperatures just walking to the classroom. You have made lifelong friends and been thrown curveballs along the way. You have put effort into something that has both flown by and seemed like the longest journey of your life. Although it may not feel like it until hours or days after this ceremony, all of our hard work has finally paid off. We now have something that nobody can ever take away, our education. And although we may not be able to completely control the future, we are definitely ready to improve the state of agriculture. Even though I came to this school because it was inexpensive, it was not a cheap education. Even though I came here to get away, I ended up finding a new home. While originally I thought I was coming to a podunk town, education, friends, and new family have permanently etched their meaning into my mind. Like you, I came here with expectations. Expectations of what I would do, expectations of who I would be, what I would come away with. And like you probably, the outcome has been different than expected, but not at all disappointing. See, right now, in this unique time and place, we are together for a moment. For one moment, we get to reflect on the past before moving forward. To be under one roof and look back at what we have gone through together. And even though we will all move on in separate, amazing directions, we have one thing in common. We are the graduating class of the University of Wyoming, College of Agriculture and Natural Resources, class of 2014. And we will forever be that. So congratulations. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.